Nostradamus, a name that echoes through the corridors of history, is shrouded in mystery and intrigue, synonymous with prophecy and the enigmatic allure of glimpsing the future. Born Michel de Nostradamus in 1503 in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, Nostradamus lived through the Renaissance, a time of immense intellectual growth, scientific discovery, and cultural change. This era, however, was also rife with social upheaval, religious conflict, and widespread fear, factors that undoubtedly shaped Nostradamus' visions, later immortalized in his book Les Prophéties, first published in 1555. This collection of quatrains, four-line poems filled with symbolic and ambiguous language, has captivated readers for centuries. The vagueness of his verses has allowed each generation to find its own meaning within them, attributing to Nostradamus the ability to foresee everything from the Great Fire of London to the rise of Adolf Hitler, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and even the events of September 11, 2001. Yet, these claims often raise questions about the true nature of Nostradamus' prophecies. Were they genuine glimpses into the future, or simply the result of clever wordplay and the human tendency to see patterns where none exist? One of the most compelling aspects of Nostradamus' legacy is the way his quatrains have been retrospectively interpreted to fit significant historical events. This phenomenon, known as retrofitting, involves taking vague or symbolic predictions and applying them to events after they have occurred. For instance, a quatrain mentioning a great fire and the year 66 has been linked to the Great Fire of London in 1666. Similarly, references to a figure from Western Europe leading a great army have been associated with Adolf Hitler, despite the fact that Hister, mentioned in the quatrain, might refer to the Danube River rather than the Nazi dictator. Despite these criticisms, Nostradamus' work has had an undeniable impact on popular culture. His name has become synonymous with prophecy, and his quatrains have been referenced in numerous books, films, and television shows. The 1994 film Nostradamus portrayed him as a man burdened by his visions, struggling to reconcile his knowledge of the future with the present. Even in modern times, Nostradamus' predictions continue to captivate the public's imagination, especially in the wake of major global events like 9/11 and the COVID-19 pandemic, when people revisit his quatrains in search of signs that he might have foreseen these tragedies. This fascination with Nostradamus can be attributed to a deep-seated human need for certainty in an uncertain world. Prophecies offer a sense of order amid chaos, a belief that the future is not entirely unknowable, even if it is filled with ominous predictions. Nostradamus' quatrains, with their cryptic and mysterious language, provide just enough hints to keep people engaged, allowing them to believe that he might have had a unique insight into the future. This is where confirmation bias comes into play. People see what they want to see in Nostradamus' words, finding comfort in the idea that if the future is already written, there is less to fear. Yet, when we critically examine Nostradamus' quatrains, the question arises: was he truly a prophet, or have we been projecting our fears and hopes on his words for centuries? His quatrains, while undoubtedly fascinating, are often so ambiguous that they can be interpreted in multiple ways, functioning more like a mirror reflecting the concerns of each generation. Nevertheless, Nostradamus' legacy endures. His name continues to evoke a sense of mystery, a testament to his ability to tap into the deepest fears and desires of the human psyche. The enduring influence of Nostradamus can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, the deliberate vagueness of his quatrains, filled with symbolic language, allows them to be interpreted in countless ways. This flexibility is key to their lasting relevance. A single quatrain can be applied to various events across different eras, each interpretation molded to fit the context of the time. Secondly, the allure of prophecy itself is powerful. Throughout history, humans have sought to predict the future to gain some control over the unknown. Nostradamus' quatrains provide just enough tantalizing hints of foresight to keep people engaged, to make them believe that perhaps he did see something beyond the ordinary. The cultural and historical context in which Nostradamus lived also plays a crucial role in understanding his work. The Renaissance was a time of great change, but also of great fear. The plague was rampant, wars were frequent, and religious strife was tearing Europe apart. In such a world, It's not surprising that someone like Nostradamus, who claimed to have glimpses of the future, would gain such a following. His quatrains offered a way to make sense of the chaos, to find some order in the disorder of the times. Moreover, the way Nostradamus' work has been interpreted over the centuries speaks volumes about the human need for meaning. His quatrains have been used as a tool for propaganda, as seen during World War II, when both the Allies and the Nazis circulated interpretations of his work to justify their actions and boost morale. The Nazis claimed that Nostradamus had predicted their rise to power, while the Allies countered with their interpretations that foretold the fall of the Axis powers. This use of Nostradamus as a tool for manipulation highlights the power of his words and the enduring belief in the possibility of prophecy. In modern times, Nostradamus' quatrains have been invoked after nearly every major global event. Following 9/11, there was a resurgence of interest in his work, with people poring over his quatrains in search of predictions that might have warned of the attacks. Similarly, during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a surge in the belief that Nostradamus had foreseen the outbreak of a global pandemic. The quatrains linked to these events are often vague and open to interpretation, but this has not stopped people from believing that Nostradamus somehow had a window into the future. However, it's important to approach Nostradamus' work with a healthy dose of skepticism. While his quatrains are undeniably intriguing, they are often so broad and symbolic that they can be interpreted to fit a wide range of events. This ambiguity is both the genius and the flaw of Nostradamus' work. Its flexibility allows it to remain relevant, but it also makes it difficult to prove that any specific prediction has come true. The practice of interpreting his quatrains often involves cherry-picking predictions that seem to have come true while ignoring the many others that have not. This selective attention creates a biased view of Nostradamus' accuracy, reinforcing the belief in his prophetic powers, while overlooking instances where his predictions were either wrong or too vague to be meaningful. The issue of translation adds another layer of complexity. Nostradamus wrote his quatrains in a mix of French, Latin, and other languages, often using archaic forms that are challenging to translate accurately into modern tongues. The process of translating his work is fraught with difficulties, and different translations can yield very different interpretations of the same quatrain, further complicating the task of determining whether Nostradamus truly predicted any specific event. Despite these challenges, Nostradamus remains a compelling figure, largely because his work taps into a fundamental human need, the desire to know the future. This desire is as old as humanity itself, driving people to seek out prophets, astrologers, and other figures who claim to have insight into what lies ahead. Nostradamus, with his cryptic and mysterious verses, offers just enough tantalizing hints to keep people engaged, to make them believe that maybe, just maybe, he saw something in the stars that others could not. Ultimately, the true legacy of Nostradamus may not lie in the specific events he supposedly predicted, but in the way his work has shaped the collective imagination. Over the centuries, his quatrains have served as a source of both comfort and fear, a way for people to make sense of the world around them, especially during times of uncertainty. Whether viewed as a genuine prophet or simply a master of ambiguous language, Nostradamus has left an indelible mark on history. His name will likely continue to be invoked for as long as people seek answers to the mysteries of the future. In conclusion, the debate over the accuracy of Nostradamus' predictions is likely to continue indefinitely, yet his impact on culture and history is undeniable. His quatrains, steeped in mystery and symbolism, have captured the imagination of generations and will likely continue to do so. Nostradamus' work serves as a reminder of the power of language, the enduring appeal of prophecy, and the human desire to find meaning in the unknown. As we navigate the uncertainties of the present and future, Nostradamus' words will remain a fascinating and thought-provoking guide, an enduring testament to our eternal quest for understanding what lies ahead.